Welcome to week 10. It is amazing and hard to believe that we've gotten through 10 weeks already in this semester. Really great job with your individual projects. I hope that you found that an interesting and rewarding experience. I know that Captivate can be a challenge to use, but as an instructional designer, it's important for you to understand both tools. So the second tool that we're going to be focusing on is Storyline. I strongly encourage any students who have yet to do their lynda.com tutorials to take care of doing that now before it's time to start doing your actual development. So this week, a couple things that you need to focus on. One of the first things is that I'm actually going to be presenting at the EIST conference this week. So the EIST conference is one of the premier instructional design communities, and it's something I recommend you take a look at. So I've added a link to my two presentations. I think the presentation will also be of interest to you. The first presentation that I'm doing is based off the instructional design process that I invented, which I call the TAPA process. And in my presentation, I will document how I've used that process and Clark and Mayer's principles of e-learning design and created a series of e-learning modules. So I've also provided a link to the abstract if you want to read about that. I've also provided a link to the article that I wrote and also a link to the presentation slides if you'd like to take a look at that. It may be an interesting use for you to understand how you can apply Clark and Mayer's principles and sort of see some of the work that I'm working on. My second presentation is going to be on my dissertation, and it looks at some of the data analytics that I did with the MOOC data sets. So again, I provided a link to the presentation slides if you're interested in taking a look at that. For those of you who are looking to become instructional designers, I strongly encourage you to consider joining EIST as a graduate student member. The membership dues are relatively low, and it's a high impact organization and one that will expose you to a lot of great information. For those of you that have yet to do your portfolio submissions, you have until Sunday, October 28th to take care of that. It's really important that you do both of these submissions because this is actually a university requirement. So if you follow the instructions I provided here, you'll see how to add your information. And I've also provided some links to different resources from the UNCC Charlotte website. One thing to note is that in the instructional video that was provided, it's going to tell you to select Jeff Ertzberger as the instructor. Make sure when you get to that step, you instead select me, Rob Moore, so that I'm able to actually grade your submission and give you the credit for it. You'll need to submit two submissions. One is going to be your self-assessment, and the second one is going to be the link to your instructional, individual project. So make sure you get those both submitted by the 28th so I can go ahead and give you that feedback. This week we do not have a discussion forum because you're going to be working on part 2, which is your design specifications. I provided a link to an example for project B, part B rather, that you can look at and you can learn more about how to put this information together. So there's an outline that you need to fill out, so make sure you use this format and make sure you follow the different storyboards and examples. Again, this assignment is worth 100 points and I look forward to seeing your submissions that will be due on Sunday. Thanks a lot and have a great week.